Do you guys want free NFL videos every single day, if not multiple times every day? You've come to the right spot here at Chat Sports. We are 720 subscribers away, hitting the 293,000 mark, part of our march to 1 million subs across all of the Chat Sports channels. Right here, though, on our main Chat Sports channel, we cover the NFL, NBA, and everything else in terms of the major sports. So if you want to stay updated with videos every day, hit that big red subscribe button right now. You're watching NFL Daily. I am your host today, Tom Downey, breaking down the major NFL stories, and there's really nothing bigger right now than the situation around Colin Kaepernick. Now, the Kaepernick, who has not played in the NFL in 5 years now, had a workout on Thursday with the Las Vegas Raiders. The report coming out of Vegas is that there is no deal imminent right now, but there was a rather lengthy workout, and per ESPN, Kaepernick impressed with his arm strength and his conditioning. The conditioning part's important because he's been out of the NFL for 5 years, so he's in good shape, but if you've watched any of the stuff Kaepernick has posted, that's not a huge surprise. Arm strength checks out too in terms of what the last time we saw him was, but he's also older, so that box being checked is a good one. I'll also make note that there have been some claims that maybe the accuracy wasn't all that great. That also checks out and is a red flag, given the last time we saw Kaepernick years ago, that was his game. Big arm, dual threat, but you know, he's not Drew Brees out there. He's not Tom Brady slicing and dicing quarterbacks with his hyper-focused, intelligent, or pre-snap, post-snap reads or his accuracy. He's a toolsy player. And unquestionably, when Kaepernick got, let's call it what it was, forced out of the NFL after 2016, there were several teams, if not every team, he should have been a backup for, if not a borderline starter, even if he wasn't a top-end, same guy that almost won a Super Bowl with San Francisco. The big argument in favor of signing Kaepernick is his dual threat ability. That's what made him so dangerous at his best in San Francisco. He was one of the early guys who ran that read option offense under Jim Harbaugh that has been so popularly utilized by the Ravens now with John Harbaugh at the helm for Baltimore. However, you wonder how at age 34, how that leg and athletic ability has held up. Now, less wear and tear, but there aren't very many successful dual threat quarterbacks at age 34. In fact, I don't really know of any at all. The Raiders, beyond Derek Carr, don't have that much at quarterback. They lost Marcus Mariota. He's now the Falcons' presumed starter. There's Nick Mullins. They traded for Jarrett Stidham. It's not a great grouping overall. In the end, there's nothing wrong with working out a player at the most important position. I would also have low expectations, unlike, say, Mike Florio, who claims Kaepernick should start, which is just stupid, to be honest. Look, he's 34 years old. He's been out of the NFL for 5 years. It's ridiculous to think he's a starter. Could he be a backup? Maybe. That's what the whole workout is for. But the expectation should be super low because he's 34 years old, turns 35, has been out of the NFL for 5 years. So be honest with me in the comment section, knowing how the comments can get when it comes to Kaepernick. Would you sign him? Y for yes, N for no. This is the pinned comment here on YouTube. So if the ad break comes, take advantage of it. Head down there and let me know. Y for yes or N for no. Lamar Jackson will stick with our quarterback theme of today's show. He is not present at OTAs, and they are voluntary, which has to be mentioned. It's also a change for Lamar. He's been at OTAs in the past, and now we're at this really awkward, weird situation where Lamar's in the last year of his deal, and there's been no movement on his extension, and the Ravens have expressed, hey, we want to get a deal done, but Lamar's not negotiating. So, what exactly is going on is not clear and should be at least some semblance of a red flag. Here's what John Harbaugh said when asked about Lamar's absence. We've been down that road many times through the years. I'll just let Lamar speak for himself on that. It's for him to talk about. You can ask him. That is a passing of the buck comment. Now, Lamar, this morning, I should say, on Friday morning, responded to a Chris Sims video, said, look, and this is all verbatim from Lamar, Lamar wants to be Lamar, Chris. This part of OTAs is voluntary, my guy. I will be there, just not on your watch. It's probably other QBs not attending voluntary OTAs either, but since it's Lamar, it's a huge deal. Find something else to talk about. Well, it is a big deal when your franchise QB's not at OTAs. That's like the one super important position you want to have there, especially if you're not Aaron Rodgers. He's not at OTAs. That's been the case for a few years now. Also, Kyler Murray, which was also talked about on this show and elsewhere when it comes to the status of those QBs. So there isn't like a full-fledged like, oh my God, he wants out of Ravens. That's not what I'm saying. But it is like, that's interesting and noteworthy. So what do you think? Is it a big deal that Lamar isn't at OTAs? Type BD for big deal or type LD for little deal. I myself lean more towards the little deal. This is not panic-worthy for the Ravens or Lamar, but it's weird. Like it is. You know, other QBs have skipped OTAs in the past. This is a change. And I just wonder, is this contract related? Because it's super unusual and strange for a team to publicly say, we want to pay you, and the guy to be like, whatever. That's not how it's normally done. Now, Lamar has no agent. He's his own agent. Maybe he wants to reach free agency and cash in a la Kirk Cousins. But Lamar could sign a deal right now and get $40+ million a year without the risk of getting hurt again and tanking his own value. He would get more than Derek Carr in a heartbeat. He would probably approach $115, $120, $130 million in guarantees. That's how the quarterback market works. Look at these. Look at that money. Like, good Lord, if you're Lamar, don't you want to get the deal done as soon as possible? That's why it's weird. I respect Lamar going about it his own way. I get all of that. It's just an unusual situation, and it just makes you go, I wonder what's going on here. Now, Lamar wasn't elite last year, but if you've watched our quarterback rankings video, you know I think he's a franchise guy. I've always liked him. He's a running back were, well, you know the real reason why people thought that coming out of the Louisville. Thank you, Producer Jack. 2019 was MVP year. He's been good. He's been dynamic. Now, long-term, much like the Colin Kaepernick and the Cam Newton side we'll get into in a little bit, you do need better pure passing ability, but he's never been terrible in that area. He won't always be able to be a runner, but even on just his current contract, the 1 year or whatever, you'd probably figure he'd be able to be that guy for you and not have to worry about the lifetime of that contract. So if the Ravens want to pay him, I'm curious when this ends up getting done. NFL rookie jerseys are available at chatsports.com/NFL jersey. Not all of them actually have their official rookie numbers, but they will have them soon. Or maybe when this time is filmed and published, they're up there. Some have them. Tyler Smith, 73, for example. Kenny Pickett, we know those numbers. Sometimes they take longer, or they know it's a temporary number, so they don't put them up. But you can pre-order them now at chatsports.com/NFL jersey. These ones are officially from Fanatics, officially licensed NFL jerseys. Links in the comments and in the description. Finally, on our quarterback rumors roundup, I guess, there's Cam Newton. Report out of Carolina, the Panthers are open to bringing back Cam Newton with some stipulations on that standpoint. Now, look, Newton has not been the guy in quite a while at this point. He hasn't been MVP caliber Cam Newton for quite a bit. His role likely, frankly, has to be that of a backup QB at this stage, but I think there is some value there. Here's what the Charlotte Observer wrote on Newton. The Panthers want no part of Jimmy Garoppolo's $26.9 million salary, and the Niners have not shown a willingness to take to carry those payments in a trade, to take on those payments in a trade, The Panthers are open to signing quarterback Cam Newton, but he would not enter camp as a starter, and he would have to agree to a smaller salary. Newton had a $6 million salary last year for Carolina. That number may be cut in half in the end. So who signs Cam Newton? We'll go more in depth on him here momentarily. P for the Panthers, or O for a different NFL team ends up at signing him, if anyone. You type in N for no one, I guess. Make your predictions in the comments right now. Newton was still a starting-ish caliber QB back in 2018. Then 2019 comes and, well, no on that front. And then 2020, he gets the job with the Patriots. He, of course, barely played in 2019, so he just kind of 2 games, didn't bother putting his numbers up there. 2020, not great with New England. Back to Carolina, 2021, gets 5 starts, and not great. 5 starts, 8 games played total. He's just not a starter anymore. He's now 30 in his age 33 season, just turned 33 this month. He's a backup. And for Carolina, you can bring back Cam. That doesn't fix your issues, though. Sam Darnold ain't that guy. Matt Corral ain't that guy yet, at least. P.J. Walker is a backup. You can't be a quarterback named Cheek. Too easy to make fun of. So for Carolina, sure, sign Cam Newton. I get it. He is no doubt a Ring of Honor member for your organization. But even if you sign him, look, the guy ain't made a Pro Bowl since 2015. That seems relevant with the expectations that could come with hypothetically signing him.